Hello everybody and welcome to an unexpected edition of Berringer, and I have a layout update, and it's a significant layout update for you. It's not big, but it's made a huge difference, and I will get on with it, and we're at the Newshott end, which is where it's all happening. And if I just pan out, you see that I now have a back scene, and it's made a huge difference to the layout, and it runs all the way down to the end. See, I haven't finished it in terms of I'm now going to need to blend it in a bit better with some bushes and some trees, but this is a Gauge Master Valley back scene, and it's a small, and it's actually an N gauge version as opposed to a 00 gauge version. And I can show you sort of the difference is basically the size, and the actual size of an N gauge version in height between bottom and top is, I think it was 9 inches, I think I measured it, and the 00 is add another 3 inches to make it a foot in height, and I think the length is also a lot longer as well. Now the reason why I've used N gauge, and I deliberately, when I made this section, I deliberately cut the back scene to the size, the backboard to the size of the back scene. As you can see, that's a bit that didn't quite get covered, but that's no biggie. And you can see it's the same because it's just, I cut it deliberately to the same height, knowing that it was going to fit. Because the thing is with N gauge, using N gauge back scene as opposed to 00, is it gives that sense of distance because it's smaller. So it still works, but it just seems like everything is a bit further away. And the other thing is because this is quite a small little dilly, sort of almost like a shelf layout, it's like almost like a separate layout. That's the reason for using the N gauge version, because I think the 00 gauge version would just look huge. So if I just sort of pan it around, you can see the china clay, and probably one of the other bits I like is how it all blends in nicely. Now one of the other things I might do is I've got a spare strip of the granite set, and I might actually cut it in such a way that it looks like it's curving into the countryside, just to give it that better perspective. But at the moment that's how it looks, and I'm so pleased. To be truthful with you, when I saw it the pictures on the tube, it's quite difficult to see what you're getting, I have to be honest. But I really am pleased with what I've got. There's also a lot of tidying up to do in terms of adding more bushes and things like that, different colours, just to bed it in a bit better. What I've tried to do is over here, I've added the tree to sort of try and blend that in terms of when you're coming down from this end. So you kind of, if you look at it like that, it kind of looks like it's. I'm going to add some more shrubbery and everything like that along here and try and blend that in slightly better than what it is. I've actually haven't got any more. Otherwise, I would have done that. And so I'm just so pleased with it. I mean, you look at it. It looks great. The other thing to tell you about is I've got a little addition, and one of the little additions is this little Ford Escort van, and that's from the Trackside collection. It's a Mark 1 Ford Escort from the Corgi Trackside collection. It's an old model, but it fits in perfectly with the era that I'm sort of depicting, and I'm really pleased with that, and that looks good. So I've now, the second one's got some way of getting about. It's got a company car, or a company van I should say. The other thing I've been doing is I've been working on this bit. I've done the fencing for that, and that was a bit of fencing that I had spare, and I cut that as opposed to repainting the other one. And one of the other things I've been doing, I will show you in just 1 minute. Okay, one of the other things I wanted to show you was this. This is a telegraph pole, and this is from Ratio, and they come in a pack of, I think it's about 16 or something like that. And I've got 2 black ones here, as you can see. This is how they come standard in the packet. I mean, obviously you have to cut them away from the screws, but once you've done that, you get this is how they come. But they don't look very fantastic like this. They look quite plain and boring. And one of the easy ways of weathering these and making these look so much better is if I show you on the layout. This is a telegraph pole that's been painted, and it's been painted in the brown. And if I don't know how close and personal I can take it up without smacking it. Sometimes I don't even realise just how. There you go, you can sort of see it. Apart from I've got a bit of a diddy hand wobble. It's painted in the brown, and all the little, I'm not sure what you call those, it's almost like little caps or whatever it is that they secure it to. Forgive me for my wobbly hands. Basically, they've been picked out in white, and just those two things alone, it just makes it look so much better, because the brown makes it look like it's wooden. I might get the shoe polish out again over them, and then basically make them a bit more grubby. Another thing you can do is you can also probably get a little matchstick or something like that and use it as like a prod to kind of secure it, and like a strut that you can use just to put along there, across there, just as a brace. That's the word I was looking for. And some of these telegraph poles did have those things, so you can use like a matchstick just to add that another little bit of detail that you can add to it. But all of them have been done. I bet there's only 4 on this layout. On this side of it at Newshott, there's one there, and then you've got the other 2 just down there. You could probably make them out. So the other 2 might very well go. You've got to be a bit careful because it's all these things poking out, you just end up knocking them all. The other 2 might go along this back wall here, and then after we're going to have maybe some trees or some bushes just to blend that right in properly. It doesn't go all the way down to the end, because at the end of that is the road, so I didn't really want to sort of encroach that too much. So that's what's going to happen down that end, I think. So it's just like a little Diddy update. So thanks for watching. Feel free to comment and subscribe, and I sort of can leave you with a bit of a pan out shot from that end, and then I'll spin you around so you can sort of see how this end looks. And there you go. And just the difference just the back seam makes. Yeah, it looks really good. I'm really impressed. It's just brought the whole thing to life. It's amazing what a good back seam will do. It's just getting it on and getting it straight. So anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to comment and subscribe, and I'll speak to you probably on Sunday. Bye for now.